Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. What I'm going to do today is a quick comparison of a PRS SE. Now this is a custom 24, and I'm going to compare it with the standard 24 that you see hanging on the wall right there. Now they're both SE models, so they're imported. Both of these are from Indonesia, so keep that in mind. And I think it'll be really cool just to take a look at what the differences are. I was never sure, so it's nice to have both of these in hand to check out. Let's get to it. Okay, here we go. So let's start with the PRS SE Custom. And we see it has your typical PRS headstock shape. It says Paul Reed Smith with the small SE. I really like that look. And the single screw truss rod cover says Custom. There's 3 tuners per side, as we would expect. And overall, looks great. Let's check out the standard. And here is the standard. Looks almost identical so far. It says Paul Reed Smith, small SE, single screw truss rod cover. Only this one says standard. Big shock there. I noticed the nut is a different color, so I'm assuming this is a different plastic. Maybe the custom one is some sort of synthetic material. Let's check out the back of the headstock. Now I see they are PRS branded Shaler style tuners, and they feel great, and it's a nice clean look. One thing I noticed right away, there's no scarf joint on this guitar. Instead of that, it is a laminated neck, so there is multiple pieces of what looks to be either mahogany or maple. Now this is stained fairly opaque, so I can't quite make it out. I'm gonna guess, well, I won't guess. I'll try to figure that out and flag it in the video up here. So this is the standard. Let's check out the custom. Okay, so here's the custom, and I see there is no scarf joint. It looks like the same construction with multiple pieces of wood, 3 pieces by the looks of it. And let's follow this up the neck, and we see it appears to be the same in the neck heel. So it's just those 3 pieces of wood joined together to make this neck heel, and it looks awesome. The joint into the body looks really good. Let's check out the standard. Okay, here's the standard, and the heel and the neck joint look the same. I will mention the carve on this neck. Let's see. It's a nice, feels fairly wide, medium C carve. Let's check out the custom. Okay, there's the custom, and it feels about the same to me. The nut width may be just a slight bit narrower, but it's hard to tell. One of the reasons it feels narrower, or optically seems narrower, I see the custom does not have fingerboard binding, although the frets are finished very well. That is a great fret finish. Let's check out the standard. So here's the standard. The frets feel the same, very good finish. Only the standard model gets binding. So that's a little different. Normally a custom would have more sort of bells and whistles like binding, but I think in a PRS they have a different sort of ideology about such things. Nevertheless, the standard gets binding on the fingerboard. Let's work our way up to the fingerboard itself and the inlays. Looks like a nice dark rosewood, and it has the birds. They look really well done. Let's check out the custom. Okay, here's the custom, and that is a darker looking rosewood. I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely looks more like rosewood than ebony, but it's very dark, and the birds look nice on there. Overall, I wouldn't say one fingerboard is better than the other. The custom is a little darker, and the frets look a little more polished on the custom. I'm not sure if that's just the particular guitar, or maybe part of the custom gives you a little better fret polish. So let's take a look at the top. We all love to see the top, and this is a nice flame. So this is the Custom, and we see it has what appears to be a flame top, maple cap. It could be a veneer, but we see there's no binding on the Custom, and it looks like they're revealing, that looks like mahogany to me. So I'm going to assume this body is mahogany with a flame veneer. But it looks nice in person. I didn't think I would like this without binding on the body, but the way they've done that looks pretty classy. From the front, you can't really see it, but as soon as you get the guitar on an angle, it sort of jumps out. Pretty cool. Let's check out the Standard. Okay, there's the Standard. So it's a much plainer top. No flame top on this, which I have to admit, I am partial to a plain top. It looks like it's multiple pieces, unless that's just grain. Yeah, I would say it's multiple pieces, but it looks really good. And the Standard has binding on the body, which I like. I really like binding. Now, one thing about PRS guitars, and I've mentioned this in another video, see how the binding doesn't fully complete the body outline. I wish they would do that, because to me it just looks like a broken circle. I know this is kind of their little trademark cutaway, but I like on a Les Paul, you know how the binding, it just finishes off. This looks a little lost to me. Just my opinion, and that's one thing that looks a little better on the Custom, because the binding doesn't stand out so much. Anyway, is what it is, personal preference. All in all, a beautiful top. Now they're both have the same sort of profile. It's not fully arched in the middle like a Les Paul. It's more or less flat and then bevels down around the edges. All in all, it looks really nice to me. Let's check out the back. Okay, so here's the back. Now this has the plastic on there. That's not some kind of problem. But as we see, nice solid mahogany, and it has a comfort cut for your body or belly. Let's check out the Custom. Okay, here is the Custom. And the back looks almost identical. Same shape for these things, same contour, solid mahogany by the looks of it. Both of them look great. No complaints there. Okay, let's move to the hardware. So here is the bridge on the Custom. We see it's fitted for a whammy bar, so you can do tremolo effects, and it has individual saddles for intonation. I will say the quality on this bridge looks great. Let's check out the Standard. And here's the Standard. It looks identical to me. Here's the pickups. Now these are Zebra humbuckers. I do not know what brand they are. I would assume a company like PRS is using their own pickups. Maybe I'll research and flag it up here. Now I love the setup on a PRS. Very simple, one volume and one tone. You get a three-way selector switch and it feels really good. Let's check out the Custom. Okay, here's the Custom. The switch feels the same. The knobs feel the same. And it looks the same pickups to me. Now they might be different. I will research that as well and flag it up here. But all in all, very similar guitars. Okay, so that sums up our visual comparison. The big difference was the Custom has no binding and the Standard has plastic binding. So on the Custom, they're revealing wood. You know, it does look a bit more like a custom guitar, I suppose. And the flame top could be important to some people. I sort of lean towards the Standard. I like binding and I like a plain top. But let's see how they compare sonically. I can say both of them feel great in hand, and I'm impressed with the guitars coming out of Indonesia. And PRS SE has always been such good quality value, in my opinion. Let's take a listen. Cheers.